Hello everybody, codeHusky here. Today I'm going to be going over a few changes I'm making in the next upcoming versions of HuskyCrates. So, change number one is going to be well, you're looking at something else right now. Change number one is going to be a injection system. So, any servers that have... Let me pause something here. Any servers that have an injection plugin or whatever to automate crate generation or whatnot, that's all coming officially supported in 2.0. There'll be an event that gets fired when you should be injecting, and then once the event's completed, it'll be making sure that everything went well. And if it didn't, it'll throw an error, and hopefully it all works out well. So yeah, all you need is a listener. You don't even need to try to time with my plugin anymore. Isn't that cool? So yeah, so there's that. It'll give you helpful errors if you're being bad, but otherwise, there's not a whole lot else to talk about that. With that, it's basically a plugin injection crap that's official. You'll figure it out. I'll have documentation on that. But as you can see here, the current version of HuskyCrates has really poor optimization for the particle animation code, because you can see this normally would be flowing out real fluidly, but it's not. And if I go to Sponge TPS, we're running at, well, let's say less than ideal speeds, that's for sure. The game doesn't appear to be lagging at all, but if we fire up Task Manager here and go to Performance, you'll see that we're basically pinning the processor. And that's coming from IntelliJ, which most of it's coming from this Java. So yeah, basically right now it's not particularly optimized. And with our metrics down here, you can see that it's taking us like 300 seconds. That doesn't sound right. It's taking us a ridiculously long amount of time. Those metrics are not entirely accurate. The nanoseconds are, and that's quite a bit of nanoseconds. But this is going to change in the new versions of good old HuskyCrates here. We're not going to be using the slow method that we've been using before for the presets. Presets are going to be written in as code, and I won't show it because no one's gonna care about the code, but basically the old way we were doing it, I was throwing it through basically a JavaScript interpreter, which runs slower than Java, and in this case I'm doing that 360 times and expecting to have a very fast result, which is not happening. So you can see this is stuttering and generally just not animating at all, and the game's kind of lagging out. We're getting like 50 FPS, and just, yeah, it's not great. So what happens if we move over to the presets of the animation code? Well, if I do HC reload, wow, look at that. They all start animating very fluidly. And as you can see, even though our stats are mostly incorrect, we're operating at a much faster speed compared to the one that was being printed out earlier. Even if we're a factor or two off from an actual millisecond measurement, we're still running at probably under a millisecond or so to just do all of these calculations. And this is 360 calculations here, so it's not too daunting, but it's also not incredibly easy. All of them are in sync, which, who cares? But yeah, like, these are running at basically optimal speeds, and yeah, so the big thing that this boils down to is there's no way for you to modify this unless you make a custom build of HuskyCrates. You can't make your own preset with fast execution time or anything yet. That will be changing in the future when I do something close to Kotlin script by I forget who made that, but yeah, something like Kotlin script that literally compiles it into like bytecode or whatever and it runs natively. I'm going to be doing something like that that allows you guys to basically just write some trash code in the configuration if you want something like the cool particle fire animation I demoed a while back. But yeah, I mean, you can tell if I you see block fancy, like if I place one of these down, look at that. That is smooth, and we have like 180 of these crates running, and they're all moving smoothly. I mean, most servers are not going to have 180 crates animating all at the same time. Most servers would have like 5 or 10 at most, and having 10 is basically nothing, since 10 crates is only going to run at like a fraction of a millisecond into your TPS. So you can see our current TPS is like about, it's like 1 whole millisecond less than the old reported one. And this, keep in mind, this is sponge vanilla. Basically, like, this isn't Tesla Crate. Oh, yeah, I should show you guys that too. So, Simon at some point made a Tesla Crate update that basically axed the /crate command, and I couldn't use it anymore. Well, that's different now, because you can do /crate and have it give you HuskyCrates now, because I forcefully unregister his command before giving mine. So if you're running Tesla Crate and you're fine with doing Tesla Crate, I don't know what his other command is. I mean, probably doesn't matter. I don't care a whole lot. But whatever his alternative thing is other than /crate, I think it's like C. I don't know. Yeah, you can just use that command, and then you can keep using /crate if you're using an old version of the plugin and you want to move over and don't want to have to fuss around with good old configuration files, you know? But yeah, that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, again, contact me on Discord. I'll get to you at some point, or someone else will. And expect more good things to come out of 2.0, because there's a lot in store still.